Logan Paul, freaking Floyd Mayweather. Drop in the comments, yo. How do you guys feel about that fight? I thought it was kind of shitty, if you want me to be just completely honest with you. As a person that makes content, I have a podcast, right? Logan Paul's got a podcast. Me and him are doing the same thing. No, not really. He's got 2 million subscribers, but we're doing the same thing. Logan Paul, hit me up. Come on my podcast, brother. What's going on? Mike Mashlak, come on the podcast. George Jank, what's going on, brother? But seriously, I thought it was cool. Let's be real. Logan Paul is a YouTuber, podcast, content creator. He makes videos and stuff, and he boxed 8 rounds with the best boxer in the world, arguably the best boxer to ever box in the world ever. And he lasted 8 rounds. He didn't even look that bad, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, sure, he weighed 30 pounds more. Probably has like a half a foot on the damn guy. And it was a spectacle. I think Floyd looked old. He didn't look sharp. There's arguments that Floyd really wasn't training the way some people said that they thought he was training. There's arguments that Floyd barely trained for Conor McGregor. Apparently, he didn't really train for Conor McGregor. He didn't really train for Logan Paul. He just kind of got in shape and moved around and stuff. And that's believable. Floyd Mayweather making $100 million, I think, is ridiculous. I don't think... they made money, right? They made money. I think it's cool. Like, as a third person, like, you know what I'm saying? Cool, they made money, you know. I just don't think, as a business plan, I don't think anyone wants to see Floyd Mayweather box again. You're old as shit, brother. You're 45 years old. There was moments where he was trying to take it to Logan Paul, I guess you could say. But he wasn't. He was scared to get hit. He didn't want to get hit by Logan Paul. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just no one wants to see that. Like, I want to see Canelo Alvarez fight the best boxers in the fucking world. I don't want to pay $60 to watch Logan Paul fight some old-ass boxer, or watch some old-ass boxer fight some YouTuber. Okay? I think it's like the one-time spectacle. It's like, oh, Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather, let's fucking meet up and watch it. We watched it. It went exactly how everybody thought it was going to go. Logan Paul did a little bit better than anyone gave him credit for, if not a lot better. But it's still not worth it. I think if $25, $30 pay-per-view, that's worth it. I would have bought it on my own. I wouldn't even have to share with my friends, whatever it may be. It's like making it $50, $60 and like hyping it up like it's going to be some spectacle. And it was shitty done. Every single fighter on that card was old and shitty, and no one gives a fuck. Jack Badu, no hard feelings, but like, or Badu Jack, like, no one cares about these fighters. These fighters are not fighting the best fighters in the world, right? I want to see Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. I want to see Gervonta Davis, and I mean, he's fighting Mario Barrios. That's going to be a good fight. I think his name's Mario, but Barrios, that's going to be a good fight. But I want to see Gervonta Davis against Ryan Garcia, against Lomachenko. Like, I don't want to see Jake Paul fighting fucking Ben Askren and these bum fucking guys. Like, it's just like it's cool. Like for like, I guess 1 year, I guess like all the spectacles, it's like, oh, this is cool. So-and-so's fight. It's like, you see Bryce Hall get beat up by Austin McBroom. Like, that was just like, that's just not fun to watch. Like, Austin McBroom, I'll give him that. Austin McBroom actually moved around pretty well, and he was somewhat entertaining as like a freaking YouTuber. Like, he was actually moving around, throwing the jab and moving and hooking and sliding. Austin McBroom looked pretty good. Bryce Hall, I'm not hating on Bryce Hall. Like, he went in there, made some money, and got beat up in front of everyone. Like, it's not easy to do that. But I think, like, as a business, like, I don't think that's gonna last. Like, no one wants to see Bryce Hall fight again, right? Unless he's gonna fight some like I don't know, like someone like really famous like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess so. I don't know. I just don't know if people want to watch that. Like Taylor Holder and Nissan Gibb. Like, that's a horrible fight. That was so ugly to watch. I'm not saying that I could beat any of those guys. I'm not even trying to say that, but it's like the sport of boxing. Like, there's world champion level boxers, world class level boxers. Like, I know a kid that went to Crockett Middle School with me, and now he's like starting to, you know, really blow up as a boxer. He would chip all those guys up. He would knock them all the fuck down, bro. And like, no one cares about him because he's an actual professional boxer, but he's not making YouTube videos and shit like that. But he would beat all them up, and he would do it, and he would make it look good. But I just don't know if there's I guess you could say there's a market for it right now, because, I mean, they're selling pay-per-views. They're making money. They're selling fights. They're making fights. People are watching the fights. I just don't know how much of like a good business. Like, it's just like, I'm not paying for that. Like, I paid my boy like $10 because we all split it, but I'm not paying for that again. I don't need to watch Logan Paul and Jake or Logan Paul and Floyd, or Logan Paul fight anybody else that's like a Floyd type of character. Like, I don't need to. We know exactly what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? If he does knock him out, like, whoop-de-doo. Like, that's probably not gonna happen. But Jake Paul, like, I think Jake Paul fighting Tyron Woodley is the only like exception where it's like that's an actual kind of fight. Like Jake Paul fighting Ben Askren, bullshit. Fighting Enes Gibb, bullshit. You know, fight someone like you've been training for 4 or 5 years under professional boxers. Like it's time to really challenge yourself. And I think Tyron Woodley's going to be a dog, right? Tyron Woodley hasn't won a round in his last 3 or 4 fights, whatever it may be. At least 3 fights. You had Kamaru Usman. And then you had Gilbert Burns, and then he Vicente Luque. Vicente Luque knocked out, TKO'd Tyron Woodley. So yeah, I don't see Tyron, like he doesn't have that fire. Like let's be real, he's not a 24-year-old kid like Jake Paul that wants to make a name for himself in the box. Tyron Woodley has been a UFC world champion. So to say that fire is still underneath him, it's not. It's really not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it hasn't been there for the last. He fought in a title fight and the fire wasn't there for him. You know what I'm saying? So to say that it's going to be there for some goofy kid that makes YouTube videos, it might not be there. And Jake Paul could maybe shock the world a little bit. But I do think Tyron Woodley is not somebody to underestimate. And I think it's going to be a good fight. I genuinely think Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul are going to be a good fight. I genuinely think that.